As you were saying, insects, that they feel pain, but
Do
not the
they feel
same
pain?
way.
Oh, yes. Not the same way. That's the consensus. But they do all kind of say, well, we really don't know. But, come on, baby.
But that's the thing, is we as a species don't project that
You were talking specifically, I think.
about, we simply don't have any way. There is no, you can't be somewhere to make a decision about something, and then something else looks at you and goes, oh, that thing doesn't think. Right?
Right.
The point is, we can't know, so why fucking argue?
That's, my agnosticism.
Endeavor.
It's just the same,
Yeah.
thing. It's I think that about God, and wow, that's eye-opening. Okay.
Yeah, and it keeps just irking me how freely we talk about whether animals do or don't feel. It's a ridiculous conversation. Obviously they do. They make decisions based on their environment, but to be in an environment and be interactive with that environment,
You're experiencing something.
you're experiencing something. You don't have to. Who the fuck? No. Why would
We
anybody
can't
think
get to
we
that experience. We don't
that?
understand that. We don't have the knowledge for that,
Right,
or the science for
right.
that yet. We anthropomorphize everything.
Well, and we should, but we don't do it. We don't seem to do it to anybody's good end. But understand that on a level that you're floating out here in space or whatever you imagine. Disconnect yourself from humanity altogether, your own humanity, for a second, just to sort of take in that global picture of what that means, right? We, as an organism, a human organism, we're all doing it, right? And there's always a little push and pull. And from that standpoint, the question of what on this planet matters. Do you care if they feel anything? I mean, as a unit, does it matter?
To me, as a unit separated from humanity,
Like, what is it?
well,
Do you count it as the same kind of experience as, if you can't count
I think
it?
I would have to count it in a moral perspective. And I would rather think that even me as non-human would have a moral code, and that the decision would be, okay, we have the technology that can help them, we should. You know what?
Help who, though?
All very Star Trek-y.
Who do you help? You help the planet.
Oh, yeah, we help the planet, which would
Or do
mean
you help the people? 'Cause
retraining the people that are fucking the planet up.
So
I don't see
that's
anything wrong with that. But I would hope that would be me. I mean, who am I supposed to be if not me?
Now, imagine that you're bigger than that. You're watching somebody watch this shit happen. You're not. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're another level. Imagine it as rings.
Oh, no, I get that. Okay, in that third level, am I still me?
You weren't the second level, though. No.
Well, then I don't know how I'm supposed to make any decision on anything if I'm not me.
Well, there's no decision to be made.
Like I said, I would hope that even if I were a complete alien to this planet and I came down and I was just watching it, would have a moral code. And that moral code would compel me to do what was best for the planet as a whole. I mean, I'm not going to go in and bomb anybody out.
I mean, here's my question. What's a fucking moral code if you're not of or on the planet? What moral code? Like, how do you tell the good guys from the bad guys? It looks like everything with legs eats and shits all over the place. What moral code? Like, do you imagine that these beings on this planet feel pain the same way that this you
That
does?
was a really long way to get around to that point.
Probably. I feel like I've been lost for a little while.
Okay, so what does that have to do with the actual thing about her?
Well, the thing, I guess the point, it looks so beautiful in my head, and I can't say it. If we can only feel our own individual pain, right? Which we imagine that we can only feel our own individual pain. It does feel different when it happens to our body as opposed to our souls, but it's all the same. If you have trauma, it's housed in your body, right? That so when we get traumatized, it feels some particular way in our body, right? The pain that we feel, we can usually feel the pain of others because we know what pain feels like, and then they show some kind of or cry or whatever. We can't feel that. You can imagine that you feel it, but our pain is so personal, like our physical pain, because we're the only ones with this body right now. So we can imagine, right? Why can't we then imagine that every being feels that pain, that feels that same way? We can just acknowledge that. Like, if that doesn't count for feeling, what the fuck does? Like, ants do the ant thing, cows cow, giraffes giraffe, koalas koala, aw. And we could never have enough information to say that they don't feel. And there are instances in which humans and their humanness doesn't feel the pain of others, or doesn't experience that as a thought that counts, right? That's the thing that we exaggerate to say, this is wrong, we shouldn't do this, right? On the TV it comes out, this thing. But we're all making the argument that even though you can't feel my pain, I have pain. Like, even though you can't feel my feelings, I have feelings. I can share them with you. And sometimes when I can't, I just cry, or I get scared, or whatever. Which is exactly what animals do. All the fucking time. All of the animals. Everything does this. So we'll never have enough information if we are only this big. If we reduce ourselves to this thing that's so fucking special, and allow ourselves to think that because I can't feel your pain, it doesn't matter. I can do what I want because your feelings don't matter, because I can't feel them. That's all it is. And when we do that, when we kill things to eat them, when we kill things that can get away from us, when they get scared of us, and we don't let them get away anymore. Like, there's just losers. There's the loser that can't get away, and there's the loser that can't even be involved enough in life to understand what they're doing. I think that's maybe just part of something I'd forgotten from when I was a kid. Is just how fucking seamless all of this shit goes together. I mean, seamlessly.